starting off with the Backlash show. But we start off with the Fatal 4-Way. I thought the starting was going to be Penta and Dom, but I guess I was wrong. But we get the Fatal 4-Way, they're beating each other up, destroying each other, demolishing each other. But then we see Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest on this big structure. At first, I thought Drew was going to take Damian down, but Damian took Drew down. And I'm about to pop up a picture of it right now, but not right now. I still got to get to the more in-depth parts of the match. I don't know if I said this in that Drew is going to become if he won this title, he will become a Grand Slam champion. But then they're basically just beating each other up at this point. Oh yeah, so LA Knight had Jacob on the table, and then actually we're going to say that one. But yes, we have Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre going head-to-head on this big structure. While LA Knight and Jacob was doing their big fight. To be honest, I don't really remember much of this match because it was the first match, okay? And everything was going on to the last match. And we're going to talk about that. But then we get a debut of Jeff Cobb. I might have a thoughts video about him too, because he's kind of like Jacob too. I can see them turning on Jacob, but is it Jeff Cobb or Jeff Cobb? I think it's Jeff Cobb, and yeah. So Jacob kind of gave them a word. Solo did help them. Well, help Jacob get off the table, but then Jeff Cobb, how did he? Okay, he's kind of like Jacob. Okay, on K Wrestling, thoughts. I'm about to look all these videos because I said I was gonna have thoughts on all these. So yeah, every Thursday it starts Thursday, but we get Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch. Still, I thought Penta and Dominic was going to be the second match, but they basically just in my opinion, this was a good match, I think. And then so basically it was like manhandle slam. So Lyra does the big kick off the top rope and everything. She hits her with the, what is it called? Like when she has her on the shoulders, twist her and sit down with it. She hits her with that. I can't remember if Becky hit her with the armbar in this match. I know she hit her after the match, but then she hit her in the match. But Becky, I think, was beating her down for a little bit. Becky was like manhandle slamming her, stomping on her, and doing everything. But Lyra hesitated, and then Becky got the knees up. And then Becky, she took advantage, beating her up. I think Becky had the veteran thing, but I don't know. I'm going to have to make a thoughts on Becky because I don't see Becky as a man anymore for some reason. I feel like Lyra just took her place, but that might just be me. And no Bailey. But, yeah. Oh, sorry, guys. My eyes was itching. But then after the match, we get a big attack because Becky did lose. And this is what I'm talking about. The armbar. Then all the officials, all the people backstage started helping her out. Her arm was hurting. I really thought Bailey was going to come out during this time. But no, she rolled her up, I believe. I believe she rolled her up. But the turnbuckle was off, and then Lyra kind of almost lost. Well, not almost lost, but she could have. I don't think she would have beat Becky, even though but the ref was a little late. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Okay, then we have this. Now, finally, this match. I don't know why I was so up here and barely even had. Oh, okay. Because it had. Okay. Okay. But maybe they're just putting their mid card divisions up there. But we have Penta and Dominic Mysterio going head to head. We don't know the big moves are coming out, but this is a Raw match. This is a Raw match, and we see them on apron. Dom get kicked, and if they want to make Dom the leader, he got to be more stronger. Well, not more stronger. He just needs to be like sneaky, I guess. Sneaky because he was grew up in his business. He needs to be more sneaky, not stronger like freaking like Penta doing these luchador spots like Finn Balor or Carmelo Hayes. He just can be sneaky and he can be strong when it comes to it. Like if someone crosses boundaries. But then we get Finn Balor and JD helping and trying to knock out Penta while Carlito's distracted the ref. But Michael Cole pointed this out. Finn kind of took too long. And then he goes to grab a chair. Finn goes to grab a chair. And I don't know what JD's side is on. Because I heard Finn been training him since he was 12. But then we get this cool spot with Penta jumping over the ref onto his head. But then we get El Grande Americano. I like the red and blue combination. Then we need a match with this. Same colors too. But then automatically Dominic gets the win. And that's how it goes. I know I'm not starting like at the beginning of the match, but we do get this cool spot with Pat McAfee backflipping over Gunther. Okay. I wanted Pat McAfee to get squashed, but I would have been okay with a little 3-5 minute match. But this was like, what, 10 minutes long? 15? What? 12? Come on, he's a commentator. He plays football. That means he's athletic, but against Gunther? I don't even know if he still plays football. But I guess they can clear it up by saying Gunther wasn't even trying that much. He wasn't even trying. He was like, I don't know. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Hopefully, Gunther wasn't even trying. Hopefully, they keep the same plan and act like he's overlooking him. But, whatever. We get Gunther, bending over. He gets kicked in his head. And then we do get Gunther powerbombing Pat McAfee and everything. But then we get Gunther having Pat McAfee a sharpshooter or something. And then he's punching his head and everything. Michael Cole's there and everything trying to encourage him like he did with the last one. And then Gunther's at the powerbomb Michael Cole, but Pat McAfee kicks him in the head. And then we do have Gunther near the ropes and everything. And then Pat McAfee goes for a move. And then Michael Cole's like, I thought this was over. But then we have another spot when I thought Pat McAfee won. And he rolled him up. And Goldberg kicked that meat. Frick. Gunther kicked out. But, oh, no Goldberg. No Goldberg. No Goldberg. I had a feeling it was going to be no Goldberg. I have 1% feeling that it was not going to be Goldberg in this match. Because I feel like he's busy now. But he did say he would do one last match. And I guess he didn't want to lose that one last match against Gunther. But he did chokes out Pat McAfee. But Pat McAfee does put up a fight. What he should have not have, because now this kind of looks a little weak with Gunther. But hopefully Gunther wasn't even actually trying it. Okay. They need to make him like the big bad guy. But then Gunther goes for a handshake, and then I thought he was gonna attack him, but Goldberg. But what's next for Gunther? If Goldberg didn't come out, what's the reason if he comes out on Monday after? I don't know what's next for Gunther. Maybe Rusev or something, but that would mean Rusev has to be a good a baby face, or Gunther has to be a baby face. Or it can be just heel versus heel action. But I'm surprised this was the second to last match. And no Goldberg. Make it make sense, WWE. You could have did the Lyra thing during Randy's hometown. Randy's entrance. The 17th time John Cena's entrance. Surprisingly a good match. Then we get John Cena and Randy Orton. They're going at each other. They get themselves in a lockhold. And I think this match was already better than John Cena and Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. I really did. But we get them grappling up a little bit, tussling each other, beating each other. Randy teases a little pump kick. Hopefully this is not John. Hopefully Randy is still John Cena's last match. But they already said this is the last of the battle. Of a great match. And I don't think John Cena or Randy Orton would want to do it. But if they have to, they probably would. But because I feel like John Cena and Randy both know that this was a good match. And what if their last match doesn't even compare to this? So who would be John Cena's last match? I don't want John Cena to hold the title until he retires. I feel like we need one last month, a month and a half with John Cena as a babyface. I feel like we do. I think even though R-Truth teasing what happened, even though R-Truth did get put through a table at the press conference, I watched that on YouTube. But let's get into the match. I'm gonna go off topic. John Cena was going for AA before all the after the chokehold, the grappling, the teasing pump kicks, the AAs, after RKOs, everything that happened. It was a lot of RKOs. I watched the podcast how much RKOs John Cena has taken. He took way more now. Also, happy Mother's Day. But then we get John Cena heading this AA, but I saw someone say they wanted this an AA into an RKO again. That was looking good. I'm surprised they even did that again. But this is where we get ref bumps. But then I believe John Cena tried to go for a cover. I forget if he did. He did an AA. But we get Randy Orton with an RKO #1 with it. And then an AA through a table. I didn't get a one of the announce table with it. He did put him in the announce table. And then John Cena, Randy Orton ducks out the way. Now, second ref bump in this match. And then we have an RKO. Well, I think John Cena. Oh no, he did a reverse this, I believe. Y'all can comment, but he did an RKO Nick Aldis and other people. And then he teases a pump kick. This is like his third attempt trying to do a pump kick in this match. But it's only 5 matches. It went by pretty fast. But this main event was probably one of my favorite matches of the night. I'm going to be watching some other people's reviews to see how they liked it. But Randy, I wish Randy did get a little tease of a pump kick. I don't know. Well, I need Randy and John Cena one last time for them. Because this is some people's first time seeing this match. But, yeah. Well, Randy Orton tries to go for a pump kick, and then y'all can guess who came in. R-Truth, he tries to please with him, But I wish our troop didn't. No, actually, I think it was perfect. But then he gets an RKO. I'm surprised Randy did that so quick. But then we get Randy distracted and getting hit with a low blow to the Goozles. And then John Cena. I wish Archer kind of gave John Cena the belt, but he hits him in the head. And it's 1, 2, 3. Man, WWE doesn't like people winning in their hometowns, do they? But we need another match in this. Let me hear if y'all with me there. But John Cena, after the match, he has a microphone. He says, I know y'all can't see me, but can y'all hear me? But John Cena, I feel like he was making kind of jokes with you can't see me again. John Cena, I believe he was crying, but he was making kind of jokes on the press conference. I don't think our troop was trying to be rude, but John Cena's my favorite wrestler. No shade. Well, yeah. Okay. But then he says he needs more competition. I didn't think that everybody was coming out, but I heard other people thought people was coming out. But Randy put the beats on him a little bit. Randy did. I'm surprised John Cena and Randy could do what they could do. And why does the ref randomly appear when it's John Cena? Love John Cena. My favorite wrestler. But, yeah. I'll see you on Monday. Actually, Tuesday. But see ya.